Thank you, Michael, and thanks for having me here.
Oh,
and
my
my situation is, I have a girlfriend for 20 years back in Philippines,
Okay.
and since same-sex marriage is allowed now, can I petition her? Can I petition my girlfriend now? And she always comes here as a tourist. My question also is, how does the petition start? And is it marrying here, then petition her? And also, she was married, but now she's annulled, I think, 3 months ago. How long will the petition take?
All right. So the question is, you're a U.S. citizen?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
a citizen.
So a U.S. citizen has a partner, same-sex partner in the Philippines who is living in the Philippines. The partner in the Philippines, is now annulled from an opposite-sex husband, and you now want to know what's the best way that you can bring her here. I would say that based on the way the laws are now, you have to see her within the past 2 years in person. And then it would probably be a fiancé visa. The reason I say that is because you cannot go back to the Philippines and marry her there, because the Philippines does not recognize same-sex marriages. And that's an important point as well, because right now there are only 13 states in the U.S. that recognize same-sex marriage. And the Windsor decision, as well as the BIA decision, had said that as long as the marriage is celebrated in a state that recognizes same-sex marriages, it's going to be valid for immigration purposes. So you're not going to be able to get married in the Philippines. Also, the Zeleniak case specifically mentioned, when it talked about the type of immigration benefits now available to same-sex couples, mentioned fiancé visas. So we have a Board of Immigration Appeal decision saying fiancé visas are recognized for same-sex couples. So it would be the same requirements as opposite-sex couples. You must meet within the past 2 years in person, then file the fiancé petition, and then she would be coming to the U.S. to marry in a state that recognizes same-sex marriage, and then file the adjustment. She gets her green card in America.
Can I make a follow-up?
Sure.
How is if she comes in here as a tourist, and then she goes back there?
If she comes as a tourist,
and then we get married.
That's possible, but there may be issues regarding intent, and that's an important point as well. If you are entering the U.S. on a visitor visa, the only intent you're allowed to have is to visit, and if you come to the U.S., marry or stay, then they may say you have misrepresented your intentions at the airport by saying, oh, I'm just going to visit. I mean, because if she says, I'm coming to the U.S. to marry a citizen, she may go airport to airport. So I just want to let everyone know about that possibility. I see everyone like nodding their heads, and they say, you know what? That's right. It's possible, because, as I say, whether you're same-sex couple, opposite-sex couple, because in the past, this is new to you, but there have been many incidences where someone is coming into the U.S. and the luggage is open, there's the wedding invitations or the wedding dress, and why are you coming? Oh, just a vacation, but they figure out they're coming to get married or to find a job or whatever else. If you come to the U.S. on a tourist visa with the wrong intent, you can be sent right back. So I just want her to be careful about that, okay?
Oh.
All right?
Yeah, thanks for
Answer your question then? Okay, very good. Thank you. Our next question comes from Karen. Welcome to Citizen Hanoi.
Hi, attorney. I'm so happy to see you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so,
what's your question then?
my question is, I'm a registered nurse.
Okay.
I came to the U.S. in 2007 as a tourist. Of course, I have to find a way to, stay here legal.
Right.
So I had to look for an employer who was going to be willing to petition me, and I was successful in finding one. However, it was denied. My petition was denied. And
the employer's petition was denied?
yes, attorney.
Okay.
But it was appealed.
Okay.
But with the DOMA being struck down,
Is it still on appeal, or the appeal denied?
We received an intent to deny.
Okay.
Yeah. So because there were other reasons,
Okay.
there was anyway.
So your employment case is like all messed up. Okay.
Very messed up.
Okay.
But I have a partner. We've been together for 10 years.
Okay.
We got married in 2008. November of 2008, or October of 2008, before the DOMA.
Oh, no, before Prop 8.
Before Prop 8.
Prop 8, okay.
And she's a U.S. citizen.
Okay.
So my question is, what happens to my employment petition and the appeal? And in order to adjust my status, do I have to leave the country, or can I just stay here and adjust the status?
Look, now the LGBT community, that's lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender, for those of you who don't know, are having the same questions that the opposite sex couples have. So let me restate what your question is. Somebody comes into the U.S. as a visitor, then gets petitioned by an employer, the case gets messed up, may or may not be tago and tago now, but has met an American citizen, and there is a good faith bona fide relationship, and want to know now, with the death of DOMA, is that a pathway, and what happens to the employment case? Just as an opposite sex couple, if you have a U.S. citizen who you love come along, you grab that. I mean, even if regardless, same-sex, opposite-sex couple, if it is a bona fide relationship, then you can get married in, let's say, California or any of the 13 states or the District of Columbia that recognize it. Then the American citizen's spouse can file a petition, you can get work authorization, and adjust status in the U.S. Okay, so it's great news. The Windsor case and DOMA as well.
So I can stay attorney?
I would say that if you were my client, yes, I would have you stay in the U.S. Not to go home, because if you go home, you don't know what's going to happen over there. You know, there may be questions, issues, or whatever. If you're going to have problems and you're able to have a problem in the U.S., okay? Okay, and we had such a fantastic response to the show. We had such a fantastic response to the show that we even had many, many emails. So let me read this one email from William, which may also apply to a lot of you. And here's the question. My partner and I both live in a state which does not recognize same-sex marriages. And as we know, except for the